Today I'm going to be talking about the top 5 cars that make a woman undateable. But I'm also be talking about the top 5 cars that make her dateable. Stay tuned.
It used to be a time that fairy tales were true. The king and the queen and all the pills were blue. But then the pill changed, the red pill's the truth. Forget the married life, I got better things to do. Stack money.
Welcome back to the Anthony Spade channel. Before we get started, I want you to watch the entire video. If you like the video, comment, like, subscribe at the end of the video. But first, watch the entire video. Next, I would not be talking about all women, even though it feels like it. And if you haven't subscribed to my second channel, who is Anthony Spade, the link is in the description. All right, today's video is a highly requested video about the top 5 cars that make a woman undateable. Now, when I start talking about these cars, guys have to understand, when it comes to these cars that I'm going to talk about, they're all masculine cars. Typically, when a woman goes and buys a car, she buys the car that she wishes the man that she liked had. That's a little secret that you guys have to pay attention to whenever it comes to these women, which is why their attitudes are undateable. Next thing, type of cars that I'm going to be listing today are strictly independent women. You will always see independent women driving these cars because independent women always have something to prove, and it starts off with their status. Let's get to it. First, Jeep Wrangler. All right? Everyone knows the Jeep Wrangler. That's why you see so many women driving the Jeep Wrangler. Why is she undateable? For one, she's expecting a man to be very adventurous. All right? These are the type of women that are constantly looking for a man who's extra alpha. Not just alpha, but he's extra alpha, which means he's dominant, he's adventurous, he's probably bungee jumping, he's probably mudding, he's probably doing a lot of things out there. So she's undateable because she's gonna always test you. She's gonna always test your strength. When you're dating a woman like that, you can never let up. So the entire relationship, you're gonna find yourself portraying a character that you don't want to be. The second way that she's gonna challenge you is financially. Why is she going to challenge you financially? Because the insurance and the payments on those Jeep Wranglers are high for her. Why are they high for her? Because women buy these cars new. And when they buy them new, they walk into a lot with bad credit from school, with bad credit from credit cards. But women know how to weasel their way. They know how to make a man soft in the dealership, even if they're walking away with a $700 car payment with another $300 to something in insurance. Most women that you see driving these cars are paying almost $1,000 a month just to drive it. So when it comes to the man that she wants to be with, she feels if I'm paying $1,000 a month, then he has to be paying more money for his car, which means he has to have a better car than me. When you see a woman driving this car, trust me, just focus on yourself. Next, Mercedes-Benz. All right? Mercedes-Benz for a long time has always been a status symbol, which is why most guys that get a Mercedes, no matter what, you're gonna end up with a woman. It's a status symbol. When you see women driving a Mercedes-Benz, she thinks she has made it. She feels like the only type of guys that I could be with are guys that drive Bentleys, guys that drive Ferraris. But you wanna notice one thing about a woman driving a Mercedes? She's never attractive. It's always some fat chick. It's always some ugly girl that's driving the Mercedes-Benz. Mercedes-Benz women have attitudes and they're ugly. You have never, ever, ever seen a woman driving a Mercedes-Benz that was nice. Never. They always are egotistical. And what makes it worse, they're never attractive. And if they are attractive, it's because they probably got fake hair, fake eyes, pounds of makeup on their face, a bunch of designer clothes, and in a lot of cases, women that drive these cars are okay with buying fake designer. Why? Because a Mercedes is no joke. See, a Mercedes-Benz payment and maintenance make the Jeep Wrangler a walk in the park, if you want to be honest. So when women are driving a Mercedes-Benz, they put more pressure on the man because the expenses that they have and the lifestyle that they're trying to forfeit is just too high. Next, Range Rovers. All right? I have a Range Rover. I love Range Rovers, but one thing that I can say, women that drive Range Rovers are the worst. Very egotistical. All right? You have to understand, the woman that drives the Range Rover looks at the Range Rover as being stylish, status, and protective, and fast. Women love those cars because it's not too big, it's not too small, it's not too fast, it's not too slow. So when women get this, they feel like they're more powerful whenever they have a Range Rover, which is why if you're a guy who has money and you're about to take the beta route and you're starting to simp, when a woman know you're a simp and that you're gonna buy her a car, she's gonna always say the Range Rover, no matter what. If she thinks you can afford it, it's gonna be a Range Rover. If she don't think you could afford it, it's probably going to be the Jeep Wrangler. All right, they're both hand in hand whenever it comes to cars. But understand, the Range Rover payment is gonna be higher. The maintenance is gonna be higher. But she's gonna always be in debt, but she's gonna always have a good job. This woman will be married to her job, all right? And if she ain't married to her job, then she's married to a rich man who gave her the lease. Next, luxury sports cars, all right? If a woman has went out and bought her own luxury sports car, her ego is going to be through the roof. The other type of woman that you're gonna see in that is divorcees from rich men. A lot of women who have gotten a divorce, who are married to rich men, they're all driving around luxury sports cars. But what makes them undateable is because they can't pair bond. It's over. When women start buying these luxury type of sports cars, chances are they really did not afford it. They found a way to swingle their way into getting the car. So all these girls want to do is have sex. They already have the attention, all right? They already have the attention. They love the attention. They're going to be an older woman. If a younger woman has it, 9 times out of 10, she did not buy it herself. It's a simp trying to buy her. So when you see an older woman with it, this is strictly going to be a one-night stand on both ways, whether you're an older man or whether you're a younger guy, because the luxury sports car constantly puts her in the spotlight, and the younger guys will become sex toys, and the older guys would just be there for conversation. Last but not least, the Cadillac Escalade. All right, and the reason why I say the Cadillac Escalade, because believe it or not, women love SUVs, all right? They love SUVs. When a woman goes out and buys a big SUV like that, it's because she feels weak inside, so she's trying to give off a dominant aura. But the Escalade is another car that when a woman gets, she's trying to be the boss. Status symbol. She wants to drive 7, 8 people around just so she can control them. That's just how it is. She feels like I got the money, I got the status, and now I need me a posse around me, all right? So if she has the Cadillac Escalade, she's gonna be a very dominant woman who's trying to build a pride. So she always wants to be the life of the party. You'll see this type of girl like always going to church on Sunday, but she ain't going to church on Sunday to praise God. She's going to church on Sunday so she could park up front. You feel what I'm saying? That's what you're gonna see with these type of women. They always wanna be seen, and if they have a husband and if they have a boyfriend, chances are he's beta. Now, we're gonna talk about the top 5 cars that I think, when it comes to women, if they're driving these model cars or these name cars, these are typically women that are easygoing and that love alpha men. They love dominant men. They're looking to get behind a man. You have to realize your car is your personality. It says a lot about you, all right? Even if you have like an older car, if you just let it be old, that says a lot about you. But if you take an old car and turn it into a masterpiece, that says a lot more than sitting back watching an old car die. So understand, your car is your personality. So let's go to the top 5 cars that I think, if they're driving these, then these are typically the girls that are on the right path for you. First, Honda Civics, all right? And the reason why I say Honda Civics is because this is the type of woman who's not looking for status. She's looking for an economical car that still got a little kick and very reliable. All right? This is the type of woman that you can build something with. This is also going to be an independent woman, but she's willing to take the submissive role. The reason why she bought this car, for one, it's a Honda. It was cheap to get into, easy financing. Chances are she's in school, she works, but she wants to be married with kids one day, so she humbles herself. She's not trying to have an ego. So Honda Civics are definitely go girls. Those are definitely the ones you want to pursue if you're in that pursuing realm. You know, over here, we don't really speak too much on pursuing and marriages, but if you're pursuing, Honda Civics is definitely a good start. Next, Mazdas. Mazda cars, whether it's a Mazda truck or whether it's a Mazda car. Why? Very economical. Women who are always economical about things they do and actually start thinking logical about their spending, they make better girlfriends. They make better wives in the end, even though we don't promote marriage over here. But they make better women to be with because they're always looking at things logically. She doesn't want you to overspend, which means that if you can't afford to do something, she's okay with that. She's not gonna look down on you about it. You know what I mean? You could take her on a picnic when they're driving Mazdas. Remember, very economical cars. Low payment, low insurance, less ego for her. Typically, these type of women, when they get these cars, they keep these cars until these cars just break. Next, Mini Coopers. All right, Mini Coopers are really good cars for women. It's a good zip around. It's not too big, it's not too small, but it gets her around town fast. The reason why I say Mini Coopers is because Mini Coopers at times can be expensive, but then they're not expensive. But most women that I've seen driving these cars had a good mindset, had a good attitude. They were very when I go biking, a lot of girls have Mini Coopers. You know what I'm saying? They're adventurous women, but they're not overboard. They're not trying to be seen. They're trying to still zap. You know what I mean? It's a cool car, which means that her personality is gonna be more open. It's gonna be more lively. So Mini Cooper girls are definitely good. But I'm gonna just tell you, when you're dealing with these type of women, make sure you're a step ahead of them. They can easily submit, but you gotta realize that Mini Cooper is expensive to keep up. So she's gonna have a little bit type of standard. Next, Chevy Malibus. Chevy Malibu is another one, economical car. Women that love economical cars typically have a submissive mindset. When it comes to the Malibu, this is definitely a woman who's looking to upgrade to a soccer van, which means that at some point she's gonna be looking to submit. Why? Her payments are low. Her insurance is low, which means that she's budgeting her money right in order to save, in order to get places. The Chevy Malibu is typically what you're gonna see a lot of baby mamas with, all right? And the reason why I say you see a lot of baby mamas with that car is because a lot of baby mamas are submissive. That's how come they end up being multiple baby mamas. It's because after the first baby dad, then they start submitting to any dude trying to lock him in with a kid. And typically the Chevy Malibu is one of those cars you can go on a lot whenever you got your once a year check, and you can pretty much walk off with a car. So with these type of women, they're submissive, but you want to catch a woman driving this car whenever she's single. All right, whenever she's single, after that first kid and she becomes a single mother, you continue to look for the single women. All right, last but not least, all right, now this one is going to be almost a 50-50 situation. I'm going to say Audi. When you see a girl driving an Audi, I'm just gonna say, if you're a man and you're on top of your game and you're trying to find that girl who's on top of her game, I would probably say aim more close towards the Audi, because Audi, people that buy Audis have a settled mindset. That's how come they're so attractive to women, and women are attracted to guys that drive them. If it came down to a Lamborghini, you could ask any woman in the world, if it came down to a Lamborghini and it came down to an Audi, or like an Audi A7, or it came down to a Lamborghini, the woman's gonna say the Audi almost every single time, all right? They only make certain colors. They're built really good. So if you see a woman driving this, if you're on top of your game, she's gonna be a hell of a lot easier to talk to. When I say easier, it's gonna be almost like talking to the Honda woman. Even though she looks like she may be arrogant, she won. Women that drive Audis love men who are thinking ahead. They love guys who are business mindset, who can have deep thought, but they're settled. This is the woman that may have it, but she does not have the ego to go with it, like the Mercedes-Benz and the Range Rovers and the Cadillacs, all right? Hopefully I was able to help you guys out with this video. Now keep in mind, this is just my opinions, all right? This is just my opinions. You can take it, you can run with it, or you can throw it back. Either way, I hope you like it. Comment, like, subscribe to both of my channels. Hasta la vista.